Hello, chat. Excuse me. How are you guys doing today? I hope you're having a fantastic day. I forgot to get more water. I have like 12 ounces of water right now. That might not be enough to cover me, I'm gonna be honest. It might not be enough. Work Frog is here. Hello. Work Frog. Super special Work Frog. Hello. Goober Gang. Hello, Tano. Local Mod is here. Hello, Local Mod. I'm just gonna call you guys whatever you call yourselves. Welcome back to more Danganronpa, the only game where you get to understand the teenage existence. Basically, all teenagers are assholes, and that's what this game is teaching me right now. Is that all teenagers are assholes, which is very accurate because when I was a teenager, I was an asshole. It's been 5 minutes. I'm pretty sure I can say that a few times. Yeah. We're gonna just get started. Actually, hold on a moment. Hold on. Give me one moment. I gotta get the sire. Hold on. Oh gosh. I don't know if you can see that. I'm gonna assume maybe not. I love how he's just peeking out. I love how he's just peeking out. He's like, hello. He's just barely looking up. He's like, hello. Anyway, if you don't know, I'm playing Danganronpa. This game is very not child friendly. So if you are a child, this game is not friendly. That is your only warning. I also have a Klutzer here. He's actually based off of the one I have in real life. I actually have a Klutzer in real life. 100% real. Squishy. Here. Can I squish him against the... He's shaking just a little bit. Yeah, that's his belly. He's got a big belly. And I have him. And he's gonna chill with me. Because we need a Klutzer while dealing with this here. Thank goodness we've gotten to the one part where I don't need to talk a lot, so maybe there won't be a lot of me drinking all of this water here. It's at least 17% more child friendly now that Mondo's potty mouth is gone. Very accurate. Very accurate. So let's just get started here, chat. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think Hiro did this, okay? I do not believe that Hiro did this. If he did, I am gonna be surprised. I don't know why everybody's voting for me. You guys suck. But I don't think that Hiro did this. You guys are gonna think I'm weird. But I am kind of suspicious of Celeste. Just a little bit. And maybe this is unfounded. But she did get beaten up by Robo Justice, but she was not murdered. She was the only one that got beaten up that was not murdered. It is my belief, and she was also kind of gone as well. It is my belief that, like, she got beat up in order to recuse herself. I don't know if that's the right word. But she got beat up and nobody's thinking about her. But I personally feel like that is a good idea to, like, get yourself off of the lam. I don't know. I could be wrong, but I was sitting in my car all day while I was working. I was like, why did she get hurt? Do you think that she did that on purpose? So who is Robo Justice? That's a good question. But we're gonna answer that. We're gonna answer that tonight. Everyone had heard Monokuma's proclamation and they were gathered by the red door. And as soon as we were all in there, there's 2 Monokumas. He multiplied. Not multiplication, it just looks that way because of an illusion. I'm moving so fast it looks like I've multiplied. Sorry, I had a voice for him. Can you guys tell which one is the real Monokuma? Can we just get on the elevator already? You're not playing along? We're not here to play with you. Okay, fine. I am Monokuma. Then if everyone's here and ready to go, please board the pain train or elevator. I'll see you guys down there.
Let's go.
Okay then, shall we? Hold on, I'm not mentally prepared yet. You'll never be mentally prepared. You can't run away anymore, Hiro. You're gonna see, Aoi is like gonna be, in my personal opinion, the one I have to fight this entire time. The entire time. A rare appearance from Temp. What do you mean? Temp is always here. He's just in the background. I told you already I didn't do it. For serious. Reminds me, did you ever find the other costume or note? No, but how unfortunate that we see we have our culprit. She's very ready to push it as well. I don't know, man. This isn't the place to talk about it. Save your accusations for when we get to the courtroom.
That's right.
She's right. Let's get down there first. Then the story can really begin. Good idea. That's right. I have to. I have to do it. I can't let whoever killed Hifumi and Taka get away with it. For everyone else who's still alive. And for the two that lost their lives. Amen, brother. No. No! The one who killed Hifumi and Taka. The one who killed two of our friends. The killer is one of us. Alright. Let's get on the elevator. Oh man, how many people are in the elevator right now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 people are still left. Chat. We're gonna be 7 at the end of this. That's kind of small. We started out at 15 and now we're down to 7. Isn't that crazy? Clunking out of the elevator kept us company as we fell further and further down. That means we're basically halfway through the game at the end of this. There was no going back. Until we settled this, we couldn't go anywhere. Not sure how long it was before the elevator came to a stop. So dramatic. Makoto could be like an author. Here, I'm gonna turn it up just a little bit. Well, I see all of you gathered together like this. I just realized how few of you there are left. Your school life is slowly reaching its climax.
That's the worst.
Only 'cause of you. Why are you making us do such cruel things to each other? What? Do you really hate me so much? But I'm so cute.
Come on.
See, if Clodsire said that to me, I could not. I could not be mad at him forever. Because he's so cute. Stop goofing around and begin the trial. Don't rush me, of course. I'm gonna start it. I would never be like, stay tuned for the action-packed class trial after this commercial break. I never hold out on you like that. Okay, let's begin. Get to your assigned seats. So the curtains open again. A deadly... I'm not gonna read that again. Another deadly trial. I forgot that it makes you save again. Alright, let's set the skills. Started 15, now we have 8, soon to be 7. We're split in half. Okay, so I already have that on. There's a lot of skills here. Oh, yes, please. I don't have a lot of skills. Oh, boy.
Let's begin with a basic
It's not good. I don't have a lot of skills. I have a feeling that you can only get them from other students, so that's not good.
Results. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate. Now then, to begin with...
We already know who did it!
Yeah, I knew she was gonna jump in.
Was that?
It was Hiro. He does not have an alibi for when the murders took place, and we found him in that suit. Don't try and deny it! You killed them!
I didn't! Someone knocked me out! I was asleep the whole time!
Damn.
I don't know anything about it!
Shut your murdering mouth, murderer!
Who are you calling a murderer?
I am sorry to say, Hiro, but we do have evidence. Blueprint for the suit. Parts we assume
Hi,
were
Akko,
used
hello.
to build it, and all of it was found in your room. You have to admit, the evidence is quite compelling. It points to you as having created the suit and wearing it while committing crime after crime.
How many times do I have to tell you? I don't know!
Is Hiro really the killer? Or for anything else, we have to make that clear. Yes, we do. We really have to make that clear. I'm gonna be honest with you, there's a lot of things to point that it's not. There's a lot of reasons to say that it's not him.
We found in your room. The blueprints, the suit parts, they are all proof enough that you are the culprit.
I don't know anything about that stuff. It's not true. It's a conspiracy.
It does kind of... Again,
Hiro, why?
maybe I just believe
Why
a
did you kill
screaming
them?
man,
No, just hold on a second.
but I don't know. I don't know. Holy cow, am I getting raided right now? Hello, Howler. Thank you for the raid. Welcome.
Everything we found in your room. The blueprints, the suit parts, they are all proof enough.
Actually,
that
the
you are
blueprints.
the culprit.
I think it's the blueprints because the blueprints were written.
I don't know anything about that
Actually,
stuff.
can you review? Yes, you can. Oh, that's useful. Yeah, the blueprints. I think it's the blueprints.
It's not true. It's a conspiracy.
Hiro, why? Why did you kill them?
Oh, wait, I forgot about
No,
that.
just
That concentration
hold on
right
a
there.
second.
I forgot that I had access to that.
Everything we found in the blueprints, the suit parts, they are all that you are the culprit.
No, come on. Okay.
It's not true. It's
Hold on, chap. I'm
No.
sorry. I'm really bad at this.
Everything we found in your room.
All right,
the
slow
blueprints,
down.
The suit parts.
There we go.
No, that's wrong.
There we go. There we go. Great game indeed. Howdy to you as well.
Are we sure Hiro really made those blueprints?
What do you mean?
Well, take a look at this. It's the note that Hiro wrote, asking everyone to meet up after Alter Ego disappeared. The handwriting's obviously different.
All right, does Monokuma know who Alter Ego is?
When you compare it to the blueprints,
There's no way you could think the same person made both of them.
Unless that person made it a point to disguise their handwriting.
No, the differences are bigger than that.
I don't know. Handwriting,
Come
man.
on. I'm not smart enough to think of trying to change my handwriting anyway.
Oh, what an own.
Makoto, are you saying you don't think Hiro's the culprit?
And he's not the only one. I think Hiro's innocent as well.
what?
Then who was in that Robo-Justice suit? Is it like Hiro said? Was there really someone running around in a second suit?
The suspicious individual hidden within the suit. Go ahead, Makoto. Tell them who it was.
I don't know, though. Am I really supposed to decide?
So, who was in the Robo-Justice suit?
Maybe Hina? No, that's right.
Shoot.
That's right. I forgot about that.
Shoot.
Oh my gosh.
I got it.
I don't know.
Hiro, I can't think of anyone else it could have been. Obviously, he was the one in that particular suit. And we never found any kind of second suit.
Then there can be no doubt. Hiro
Wait,
is
what?
the prime suspect.
That doesn't make any sense. You just said Hiro didn't do it.
It makes perfect sense. Hiro was the suspicious individual in the suit, but he's not the culprit.
So what you're saying?
Oh, I get it.
is-
He is in the suit, but nobody else put it
The
on.
culprit in this case has nothing to do with being in the Robo-Justice suit.
You know what? That makes a lot of sense. See, I'm learning as we go along.
Assumption.
And what reason do you have to make such a statement? You do have a reason, yes?
Of course.
Chat, I'm gonna open up the window real quickly. It's getting warm in here, and I need to open it. Hold on. It's getting hot in here. It's time to air out the tension in the room. Oh, you can see more of him. Oh, he said hi. Say hi to Clodsire. I don't have a name for him yet, though.
There's something else we need to clarify first. So let's get that out of the way.
Hey, stop trying to boss us around.
All things have a proper order.
He's not wrong.
So what is it? What needs to be clarified?
We must clarify the method of transportation for Taka's lifeless body. It would seem that his corpse was moved using certain particular items. Makoto, can you tell us what they were?
He's right. Pretty sure it was this. I love a Clodsire mod. Well, I mean, it's not really a mod, it's just a picture you put on.
I got it.
When I get in the series, it is pretty fun.
Dolly and a tarp, right? So, let's see if I can explain. Taka's body disappeared from the equipment room, and then we rediscovered it in the repository. And when we found
That's still a dumb room for the name for the art room.
It was wrapped in a blue tarp, right? It was the same tarp that up until then was stored in the equipment room. So the killer must have seen it there and decided to use it when they moved Taka's body. That way, they wouldn't leave any bloodstains while they were moving it.
Okay, that explains the tarp. And the dolly?
Same thing. I'm sure the dolly was in the equipment room when we first found Taka's body there. But when the body disappeared, so did the dolly.
Why would they... The question I have is why would they move it?
Reappeared in the repository. So did the dolly.
In other words, you think they used the dolly to move the body. Am I right? But are you sure you are not mistaken?
Huh?
Are you absolutely positive the dolly was in the equipment room when we found Taka's body?
Yes.
The dolly was made specifically for moving large objects between the repository and the art room. It would be very strange indeed to discover it had made its way to the equipment.
Hold on, why are you trying
Is it
to
not possible
gaslight
that it was
me?
in the repository all along, and you simply didn't realize it?
She's raised an objection.
There is no shame in being wrong. Nobody expects much from you anyway. We have all accepted the fact that you rarely understand what is going on.
Excuse me? I'm the one that solved all these murders. Another ingredient. You'll see your ammo count. Up till now, there really hasn't been a limit on how you destroy your opponent's statements, but now just locking and pressing on the left mouse won't be enough. Cost you 1 bullet to destroy a single remark. Once you run out of bullets, you can't destroy more statements no matter how locked up you are. Reload by pressing tab. Okay. Ah! You're set to gentle, you won't have to reload at all. I love that. It's really funny. Oh. Shit, we doing this already?
I cannot agree. You are a fool. So
Already are we doing this?
lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. Away with you. You miserable wretch. I cannot agree. You are a fool. Lies will get you nowhere.
Shit, I'm doing really bad at
Do
this.
your worst. You miserable wretch. You had it wrong. I cannot agree. You are
Oh my gosh, how is this so I hate this. This is my least favorite thing to do.
nowhere. Do your worst. Away with you. You
I really hate this, man. How do I fix this?
cannot agree. You are a fool. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst, you miserable wretch.
Yeah, that sucked. A lot. I really hate that minigame. That minigame sucks ass.
I refuse to give up yet.
Celeste wins fatality. I hate this minigame.
You have it wrong. I cannot agree. You are a fool. So pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. Away with you. You miserable wretch. I cannot agree. You are a fool. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst, you miserable wretch. You have it wrong. I cannot agree. You are a fool.
How the you supposed to I hate this, man. I absolutely hate this. Hold on a moment. Like, legitimately, this is like ass. Reload tab key. Do I have to oh my gosh, I hate it.
Your worst. Away with you. You miserable wretch. I cannot agree. You are a fool. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst, you miserable wretch.
Wow. Oh my gosh. Like, when it goes invisible, this is like really bad. Holy cow, man. I'm getting kind of mad, but it's just because this game is ass.
I refuse to give up yet.
I thought I was playing on gentle. Hold on a moment. I thought, at least I was pretty sure I was playing on gentle. Do I not get to change that?
You had it wrong. I cannot agree. You are a fool. So pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. Away with you. You miserable wretch.
How do I shoot? Why is it not shooting?
I cannot agree. You are a fool. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst, you miserable wretch. You had it wrong. I
Why?
cannot
Oh my gosh.
You are a fool. So pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere.
Like, legitimately, I don't understand what's going on here. Can somebody help me out? Yeah, I know I need to reload.
I cannot agree. You are a fool. Lies will get you nowhere.
Like, it's not shooting.
Miserable wretch.
What the hell, man? Like, legitimately, worst part about this. Worst part about, I like don't understand it at all. I hate it so
I refuse
much.
to give up yet.
And shoot two, but I thought I was on gentle, and it says that if you're on gentle, you don't have to reload. And the reloading doesn't seem to do anything.
You had it wrong. I cannot agree. You are a fool. So pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere.
Why is it not shooting now?
Away with you. You miserable wretch. I cannot agree. You are a fool. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst, you miserable wretch. You had it wrong. I cannot agree. You are a fool. So pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere. Do
Like,
your
why is
worst,
it not
away
aiming?
with you.
Oh, okay, I see.
You miserable wretch.
Now, I see the ammo, it's just the problem is...
Fool. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst, you miserable wretch. You miserable wretch. You had it wrong. I cannot agree. You are a fool. So pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere.
Okay, I think I understand now. I think I understand now. I think I get it. I think. So you can only reload with the tempo 2. That is ass as well. I'm sorry.
I refuse to give up yet.
I just don't like how this minigame works, okay? I just don't like it. Best rage minigame.
You had it wrong. I cannot agree. You are a fool.
Okay.
So pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. Away with you.
I get it now.
Miserable wretch. I cannot agree. You are a fool. Lies will
I get
you
it now.
nowhere. Do your worst, you miserable wretch. You had it wrong. I cannot agree. You are a fool. So pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere.
I see. I see.
Cannot agree.
This should
For
prove it.
fuck's sake, I hate it. I still hate it. I don't care. I don't care if I just got it, I still hate it.
If you're asking for proof that the dolly moved, I have it right here. When I found the dolly in the repository, one of the wheels, there was a pool of blood in the equipment room with a tire mark in it. That the killer probably.
I still hate it, I'm
rolled
sorry.
the blood on accident, as they wheeled and as the blood dried on the
I'm sorry, I'm
tire,
gonna
they
DSP it
moved
up
the
here.
body into the
The game
repository.
sucks, man. Game
So there's
sucks.
my proof that the
It's
dolly was used to
ridiculous.
move Taka's body.
Well, anyway, that was just something we had to get out of the way. Let's get back to the main subject.
Yeah, the subject of how Robo Justice didn't do it. Because if it's not a killer robot, then what kind of robot is it?
I'm not sure that really matters.
I'd be happy to explain why the occupant of the suit couldn't possibly be the killer. If you look back on how the body was transported, it will become immediately obvious.
Holy cow, I'm sorry, chat.
As we know, Taka was killed in the equipment room.
Yep, we know that.
There, the body was moved to...
Yeah, the culprit wrapped the body in then loaded it onto the dolly and wheeled.
Now, keep in mind that the dolly doesn't have a hand.
Well, yeah, but even without a hand, all you'd have to do is bend over.
Which he can't do.
You're absolutely right that you could push a dolly without a handle if you stoop down low. But if you were wearing that suit, do you think you could actually get into a position like that?
What do you mean?
Think back to what you said when we were all checking out the suit together. Remember?
Blind as a bat, can't see my feet. I'm surprised you can't get anywhere. Well, I can't bend at the waist. Yeah.
When you're in that suit, not only can you not see your feet, but you can't even bend at the waist. Am I right about that?
Now that you mention it, yeah.
It seems like it'd be awfully hard to push that dolly if you couldn't bend over.
Well, what's to stop you from simply pushing the dolly with your feet?
When you can't even see your feet? You really think someone could kick the
Yeah, I
dolly
think it's
all that
Celeste.
way?
With how much she's trying to push this.
It'd be totally impossible. Not that I can say for sure myself.
On top of that, if you were wearing such a rigid, cumbersome suit, it's very unlikely you would have the dexterity to go about wrapping the body in a tarp.
Well, I mean, isn't that just a matter of taking off the suit when you're ready to move the body?
I got it!
You can't even take it off by
I
yourself.
don't think taking off the suit was an option. If you remember...
Yeah, there's a clasp on the back.
That's true. It seems impossible to put the suit on or take it off without help.
Then, you really can't take it off by yourself? Hiro wasn't just making it up?
Of course I wasn't making it up.
If he could have gotten it off by himself, I don't think he would have let us see him wearing it. Showing up in the suit was basically an invitation for everyone to suspect it.
Yeah, that's right.
So, it's really, really true that Robo Justice couldn't have moved the dolly?
I was pretty sure of that from the beginning.
Whoever did move the body, it couldn't have been Hiro in the robot suit, correct?
No, wait. Just a second, if you please. Have you forgotten about the picture that I took?
That you probably... I don't know, man.
You all got a good look at it, did you not? The image of Hifumi being dragged away by Robo Justice?
I don't know,
If whoever
man.
was in that suit is not the culprit, how do you explain that? Besides, do you remember what the now deceased Hifumi said?
I don't know, man.
So long as those facts exist, the proper conclusion is beyond question. The
I don't
individual
know.
inside the suit and the culprit are
I don't
one and the
believe... You
same.
know,
It was Hiro.
I definitely don't believe it. I think she did it. I was...
Yeah, that's
I was
gotta
on
be
the
right.
edge, but I definitely think she did it.
Hold on a second.
Anime God 56789, thank you for the follow.
It's still far too early to reach that conclusion. Besides, there's no hurry to decide who did it. Before we rush to a verdict, shouldn't we explore every single possibility? Instead of seizing on one viewpoint, the truth is uncovered by analyzing things from every angle.
Agreed.
Perhaps, but where do we go from here?
Let's review this series of unfortunate events from the beginning.
What a pain in the ass!
I don't disagree, but our lives are on the line. If this is what it takes, we have to do it.
Amen. Sorry, I'm finishing dinner right now. Since they're talking for me.
Plus, maybe we'll get to find out where the heck Kyoko was when everything went down.
All right then, let's take another look back at what happened. I suppose we could start with this morning. 4 of us gathered together in the dining hall. Makoto, Hina, Kyoko, and myself. We waited there for quite a while, but nobody else showed up, so we went to look for everyone. That was around 8 a.m.
And as soon as we split up, Kyoko went missing.
Soon after that, Hina found Celeste in the rec room and quickly came to get Makoto and me.
It seems I was unconscious for about an hour after I was attacked by my mystery assailant. I know it was an hour because I remember being attacked a little after 7.
That was when we saw Celeste's picture and discovered that her
Is the only
assailant
thing
had been
that she's
wearing a
using.
strange costume.
The only thing that she... You know what's funny? She asked for the camera.
As it turns
She
out,
asked for
it
this
was
damn camera.
Justice.
The only thing I can't prove is how she killed Hifumi while she was taking Aoi to the restroom.
It also soon became clear that this same Robo-Justice had abducted Hifumi. We were soon joined in our search by Byakuya and Toko, and then went on to find Hifumi in the library. He was injured, so we took him to the nurse's office and resumed our search for the suspect. But not long after leaving the nurse's office...
When Celeste told us that, we decided to split up and
Yeah,
search
it's
the
totally
second
her.
floor.
100% her. She's been goading everybody
Soon after
around.
that,
I saw someone moving around on the 3rd floor, and I yelled out to everyone as soon as I did.
It is her. 110%. Again, I don't know how completely, but I know it's her. Robo Justice is a Power Rangers reference? Oh yeah, I know.
and then... At that point, we decided to divide up into 2 groups. Celeste, Hina, and I went back to the nurse's office, while Sakura, Byakuya, and Toko chased after the suspect. When we got back to the nurse's office, we found Hifumi, dead. And that's when
Well,
we heard the
mostly
bot
dead.
discovery announcement. I left Celeste and Hina there and headed back to the 3rd floor, to let the others know what had happened.
Meanwhile, we had just discovered Taka's body in the equipment room. We must have found both bodies at almost exactly the same time, because we heard the same announcement not long after we discovered his body.
And that's when I told you guys about Hifumi. Then the 3 of us headed for the nurse's office. But right after we left the physics lab, we ran into Celeste, who'd arrived after us. And she told us something very surprising. We rushed back to
Kyoko
the
carrying the
nurse's
trial?
office and
A little
saw
bit,
that
yeah.
She was right.
Then we remembered we'd left Toko passed out in the equipment room, so we hurried back again. But when we got there, we discovered that now Taka's body had also gone missing. Next thing we knew, we were searching the school for 2 missing dead bodies. And after some time...
Celeste informed us that she'd found the bodies, and we all headed to
Isn't
the
that interesting?
repository,
Isn't that interesting that she's the one that knows where everything is?
which
Isn't that
is
interesting,
where we
chat?
discovered the corpses.
I think that about covers it.
I see. The whole thing sounds exceptionally complicated. It certainly seems to me that these are not a simple series of connected events.
Okay, well, if that's true, then what?
Rather than a single series of events, I think we have to consider each murder a separate situation. And from there, we can uncover the contradictions surrounding all of them.
Indeed.
Now then, let's get started, beginning with what happened to Taka.
We know one time he was killed because of what his watch was. His watch was broken is.
So, regarding Taka's death, I wonder if he died before Hifumi, or perhaps it was after?
We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
Oops.
What makes you say that?
I don't think so.
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
It's true that Hifumi was killed with Justice Hammer 3, while Taka's death came from a swing of Justice Hammer 4.
See? So it's
No.
obvious Taka came after.
I don't think so.
So, I wonder if, or perhaps it was. We already know what order they were killed in.
Wait, what?
Shoot.
I was. You know what? It might have been the one after that.
So, regarding, I wonder if, or perhaps it was. We already know what order they were killed. Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
It's true that Hifumi was killed with Justice Hammer 3.
Can I, like, check? Yeah.
While Taka's death...
See? So it's obvious Taka came...
If it's not that one...
So, I wonder if he... Or perhaps it was after? We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
No,
It's
damn
true that
it.
Hifumi
That's
was
the only
killed
other
by Taka's
one.
death.
See?
That is the only other
So it's
option it
obvious
is.
Taka came...
I hate it when the text
So,
does that.
I wonder if... Or perhaps it was... We already know what... Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
Wait, what?
Shoot.
Oh, I don't think the Monokuma file has anything to do with
Regarding
that.
Taka's death, I wonder if
How
he
do you-
died before Hifumi, or perhaps it was after?
We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
Right.
What makes you say that?
Did you learn to memorize statements?
Because
Yes.
of the number...
It's true that while Taka's death...
See? So it's obvious Taka came... So, I wonder if... Or perhaps it was... We already know what order the Taka came last.
Why is it not doing
What
that?
makes you say
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
Right.
It's true that Hifumi was killed with
So,
Justice Hammer 3.
Does
Wow,
that
Taka's
carry
dead.
to the next one?
So it's obvious Taka came...
I don't think that one does.
So,
It does.
Regarding... I wonder if... Or perhaps it was after? We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
What makes you say...
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
It's
Oh, for
true
fuck's
that
sake.
Hifumi was killed
I'm
with
sorry.
Taka's death.
See?
I need to, like, grab the first one and then use the second one.
So, I wonder if... Or perhaps it was... We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
It's true
No!
that Hifumi was killed
I'm
while
so sorry,
Taka's
chat.
See? So it's obvious Taka came...
Flashback is a confusing mechanic.
I wonder if you... Or perhaps it was... We already know what order they were... Taka came last.
What makes you say...
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
No, that's wrong.
There we go. I had the right idea. I knew exactly what I was looking for. I just didn't have the right item.
There's no reason to assume that the hammers were used in the same order as their numbers. If anything, that's just another way the killer tried to disguise their actions.
So you're saying the culprit wanted us to think the hammers were used in order, but in reality, Taka was killed before Hifumi? Okay then, let's see the proof.
The watch. The watch. Wristwatch. Oops. I need an A.
Now I understand.
See, that one's not so bad. Because Hangman I'm pretty good at.
Got it! Taka's wristwatch! See? Look! It broke with the hands pointing just past 6 o'clock.
It must have gotten broken when he was attacked by the killer. Because as of last night...
Yeah, it worked at least last night.
If it wasn't broken after 6 last night, then he must have been attacked around 6 this morning.
And that would be his official time of death.
But if that's true, then he was killed well before Hifumi.
And before Celeste was attacked this morning, which happened around 7.
That's right. Taka was killed before any of the other incidents took place.
That simple fact slipped past all of us. We made the wrong assumption about the order of events, all because of those justice hammers.
That's exactly why the culprit wrote the numbers on each hammer and had them increase in size. That way, when we saw how they were used in each incident, we'd easily make that wrong assumption.
Obviously, the killer is a,
Now,
Giga
if Taka
Chad.
was killed around 6. Then everyone's alibis for his murder go out the window. Because when he was killed, we hadn't met up in the dining hall yet.
That may be true in the case of Taka's murder, but all of our alibis still hold true for Hifumi's death.
That's right. With him, at least, we're all safe.
I know.
When we heard Hifumi screaming, we were all together.
Danganronpa be like, all my friends are dead. Push. No.
Then we all ran down to the nurse's office, and that's where we found his body.
That's totally true. We're all in the clear.
Oh, I know! They must have recorded him screaming on a tape or something, then played it later on!
If that's true, where's the tape?
I don't know.
Don't just go making stuff up.
Anyway, we all have rock-solid
I mean,
alibis
I'll be gonna be honest with you. I thought the exact same thing.
Since all of us were there together, clearly none of us could have killed him.
And it does not stop there. There was also the moment when we discovered his body had disappeared. When his body vanished from the nurse's office, Hina and I were in the bathroom together, while everyone else was in the equipment room, correct? And then there's the disappearance of Taka's body from the equipment room. At that time, we were all gathered together in the nurse's office because of Hifumi going missing.
Well, don't forget, I was passed out in the equipment room the whole time.
Wait, then what if Genocide Jill did it? She could have dragged Taka's body out of there right then!
Nah.
Even if she could pull that off, there's no way she could have done the same with Hifumi's body. Because, as we just established, she was passed out in the equipment room when his body disappeared.
Can I trade Hiro for Mondo?
Besides, I didn't do either of them anyway.
In other words, it is impossible that any of us could have killed Hifumi or moved either of their bodies. On the other hand, Hiro and Kyoko had disappeared, so they most certainly could have done those things.
So what now, Kyoko?
For now, we can't get fixated on who did it, or we'll just keep going around in circles.
Um.
So instead of who, I propose we start talking about how. In particular, I think we need to figure out how Hifumi's body got moved.
That's true. We searched everywhere, but we couldn't figure out how to explain his body disappearing. And according to what Celeste said...
Again, it all goes back to what she says.
His body apparently disappeared in the 1 minute her and Hina took their eyes off of it. But to carry that much weight from the first floor up to the 3rd in that short amount of time?
Oh man, yeah! There's no way! It'd be impossible!
Well, what if I told you there was a way to make the impossible possible?
What? How?
If the dead body were to move itself.
Now you got me there.
The dead body moved on its own?
No! Not another...
You know, maybe he wasn't dead. I mean, you know
I
what?
don't think it has anything to do with the...
You know what? He wasn't
I
actually
think
dead
she's
until he
implying
actually
we
died.
thought Hifumi was dead, but perhaps in reality he was still alive.
He was alive?
Are you saying Hifumi wasn't carried out of the nurse's office, but simply walked out on his own?
But I mean, we found his body. He was dead.
dead!
No.
Perhaps he was simply playing dead.
That... it isn't possible.
I mean, he was, like, up for a moment before he died. So, you know. I don't think the broken wristwatch counts.
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi in the nurse's office, there's a chance he was actually still alive?
No, it is impossible. Hifumi was dead, without a doubt.
And you know that how?
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement along with the rest of us. Hifumi's dead body had been found.
No.
Shoot!
Are you saying that when we first found
Hifumi in the nurse, there's a chance he...
No, Hifumi was dead, without a doubt.
And you know that how?
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement along with the rest of us. Hifumi's dead body had been found. And that is why the announcement was made.
Are we really so sure about that? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
That's true, they both were discovered at the same time.
When we first found there's a chance he... No. Hifumi was dead.
And you know that how?
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement Hifumi's
dead body had been found.
And that is why the announcement was made.
Are we really so sure about that? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
Damn it! Oh, shoot, I don't know what I'm doing.
Shoot!
And we're dead again. I don't know why everybody votes for me because I suck at telling a story.
I refuse to give up yet.
It's kind of uninventive in my opinion, but you know, it's just me. I don't think the broken wristwatch is the answer.
Hifumi in the nurse's office, there's a chance he was actually still alive.
No, it is impossible.
Hifumi was dead.
And you know that how?
Surely you heard the body discovery Hifumi's dead body
And that is... Are we really... Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
Are you saying
That when we first
found there's a chance he was actually still alive?
No. Hifumi was dead.
And you know that surely you heard the body Hifumi's dead body had been found. And that is why the announcement was made.
Are we really so sure about that?
Remember flashbacks carry after the repeat?
To signal someone else's discovery.
That's right. See, my brain was like, but isn't the repeat not supposed to happen?
That when we first found Hifumi in the nurse's office, there's a chance he was actually still alive.
Never mind. I think it's the other one then.
Shoot!
Are you saying that when we first... There's a chance he...
No. Hifumi was dead. And you know that surely you heard the body discovery Hifumi's dead body had been found. And that is why the announcement...
Are we really so... Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
Are you saying that when we
First found Hifumi, there's a chance he was at...
No. It is impossible. Hifumi was dead, without a doubt.
And you know that how?
Don't things you know aren't true. I mean, okay. I know.
Along with the rest of us, Hifumi's
dead body had been found.
No, damn it!
And that is why the announcement was made.
I'm trying to
really
think.
So sure about that? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi in the nurse's office,
I'm trying to think, chat.
there's a chance he was actually still alive?
No, it is impossible. Hifumi was dead, without a doubt.
And you know that how?
I think it's this combination.
The body discovery announcement, along with the rest of us. Hifumi's dead body had been found.
Yeah, I got it. I got it.
Was the body discovery announcement that was made really intended for Hifumi?
Of course it was. The announcement played right after we discovered his body.
Maybe. But that was also the same time that Taka's body was found.
That's right. It wasn't long after finding his body that we heard the announcement.
So there's a good chance we've made a mistake in there somewhere. I think we've confused whether the announcement was for Hifumi or Taka.
First of all, if 2 bodies had been found, there really should have been 2 announcements.
Maybe Monokuma simply got lazy and rolled them together into one.
No.
What do you say, Monokuma?
Well, it's a very sensitive issue, so I
I
can't
highly
go
doubt
into
it.
too much detail. But what I can say about the body discovery announcement is that it's only broadcast when 3 or more people find a dead body for the first time.
That didn't answer our question, man. We're asking if you're a lazy bum.
No, actually, that was plenty.
Huh?
He said it's only broadcast when a body is discovered for the first time. Which means, even if we find the same body again later, he won't make the announcement again. If that's true, then why was the announcement made again later on?
Huh? Later on?
Exactly.
Yeah, I get it. Because
We heard
the
body
Taka's announcement
discovery
came after
announcement
we
twice.
found him.
I got it! We heard it a second time in the repository, when we rediscovered the 2 bodies.
Yep.
It didn't seem weird at the time, but it contradicts what Monokuma just told us, doesn't it?
Exactly. If we were actually rediscovering both bodies, the announcement shouldn't have played.
Then in reality, when the 2 dead bodies were rediscovered, one of them was actually being discovered for the first time.
So, when we found Hifumi the first time in the nurse's office, he wasn't actually dead yet. Meaning, he wasn't actually found dead until we came upon him in the repository.
Very true.
And that's just part of it. There's one other thing that leads me to believe he was still alive in the nurse's office.
Oh, I know! Because he was super good at playing dead! Bada bing, bada boom!
That is the worst logic I have ever heard. But honestly, I do not think there's anything that can prove he was still alive.
I don't know, man.
Let's take another look at the events surrounding the discovery of his body. Then it should become clear whether he was really alive or not.
This whole thing is pointless.
Oh, that's right. His glasses were dusted off.
Well, here's one thing we do know. The first time we found Hifumi's body was in the nurse's office. And then, while me and Celeste were in the bathroom, his body disappeared.
And the next time we saw his body, it was in the repository.
But when you compare his body before being moved and his body after being moved, other than the change in how it was positioned, there was no notable difference.
No, that's wrong.
There we go. I knew it. I knew it had something to do with the glasses. Chat. I have glasses too, you know.
There was
Aren't they
one
cool?
clear difference between Hifumi in the nurse's office and the repository. His glasses. That fact alone proves that he was only playing dead in the beginning.
Perhaps you'd like to fill the rest of us in?
When we found Hifumi in the nurse's office, his glasses were covered with blood. But when we found him again later in the repository, they were spotless. And I found the item he used to wipe them clean in the nurse's office trash can. I got it!
I just imagine mom pushing her glasses up anime style.
Glasses
Sounds
cleaning
about
cloth
right.
Featuring a certain cartoon mascot. One look at the bloodstain on the cloth should make things clear. This piece of cloth was used to wipe Hifumi's glasses clean. And the mascot on the cloth is the same one that's on the digital camera, right? And whose digital camera was it? Hifumi's, of course.
The character was Princess Piggles from Demon Angel Pretty Pudgy Princess, I think.
I highly doubt anyone but Hifumi would have brought something like this to school.
I see.
Very
your
true.
point. And the only people here who wear glasses are...
I wouldn't be caught dead using a tacky piece of garbage like that.
A few tissues is all I need to keep my glasses clean.
Then there's no question. It belonged to Hifumi.
So what you're saying is... What exactly?
What I'm saying is, the blood on his glasses was wiped away using his own glasses cleaning cloth.
Even if that is true, it does not mean he wiped the blood off himself.
But who would benefit from a clean pair of glasses other than the glasses owner?
Not wrong.
That's a good point.
Not wrong at all.
Then it must have been him, right?
So let's assume that Hifumi was still alive in the nurse's office. He pretends to be dead. Then when he's alone, he wipes his glasses clean so he can see. Then he stands up and walks out on his own 2 feet. And with that, the impossible task of moving his copious corpse becomes possible.
Copious
wouldn't you say?
indeed.
But then, if he was just pretending to be dead, what was with all that blood? Was it paint or something?
The fridge in the nurse's office contains packs of blood for emergencies. He probably used one of those.
He figured if he was gonna play dead, he should go all out, so he just dumped it everywhere! But he got crazy with it and had to wipe his glasses off when he was done! God, what an idiot!
And if Hifumi was
I
still
mean,
alive
you know
at
what?
that
That's not
point,
too far off.
The disappearance of Taka's body is easily explained. It should be perfectly obvious who must have moved Taka's corpse.
I got it! It could only have been Hifumi.
While we were all gathered in the nurse's office, he went to the equipment room and took Taka's body.
That also explains how the door to the repository got locked.
The door was locked? Well, after the bodies disappeared, we all went looking for them, right? So me and Sakura headed for the repository. But when we got there, the door was locked.
And the repository door can only be locked from the inside.
Oh my gosh!
Which
Wow.
means
But wait, who
when
killed?
Hina
How
and
did he?
Sakura
So my
got to
guess
the
is that he did
repository,
succumb from
And
to his
it could
injuries.
only have been Hifumi, who just finished stashing Taka's body there.
But why did he
He
stash the
convinced
body
us all
there?
He was dead, and when he saw his chance, he dragged Taka's body to the repository.
Wait.
So, Hifumi wasn't just another victim in this case.
Oh my gosh!
He was one of the assailants.
Hifumi killed
That means
Taka?
He took part
Actually,
in
that makes
murders.
sense.
I just can't believe it.
If you're having trouble, would you like me to show you one more piece of evidence?
There's more?
Oh, absolutely. The single biggest fact.
Wow,
pointing to
actually,
his
I did not see
involvement
that
has yet
coming.
to be revealed.
He really is an
You
incel.
know what I'm talking about, right, Makoto? The item he took off of Taka's lifeless body?
I got it! You're talking about the note Hifumi had
But
hidden
why?
away, aren't you?
Why did he end up dead?
Hidden note?
That's right. We found it stuffed in his pants.
What? In his pants?
Yes, his pants.
Okay, well, forget about the pants for now. Take a look at what the note says.
Ah, that's the note I was telling you about. The one that told me where to go. Huh? Wait, this one's a little different. In my note it said,
What if?
Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone
Now I'm
else
starting to
for
think
now.
that Celeste didn't do
Let's
it,
meet
and
in
it
the
was
rec
just
room at
Hifumi,
1
and
a.m.
he killed himself by accident.
I see.
I don't
And
know.
this note isn't the same one.
No,
Hiro
I still
got.
suspect Celeste.
It's not the same?
In other words, the killer got in touch with another person besides Hiro, and that person could only have been... I got it! That's right! Taka! The killer used this note to draw out Taka and murder him.
Hello? Over here! Objection! Objection! I don't really understand what's going on, but Hifumi had that letter, right? So whoever wrote it wasn't drawing out TikTok, they were drawing out Huffy! Just to be clear.
No. It obviously was for Taka because he had a slip of the note.
Yes! Why must you ruin it every time?
Taka had this. Had the ripped note there. Obviously, it was for him. None of those work. None of those work.
Puppy had the note, right? Then the person it was intended for must have been Happy!
But remember what the note said. What time did it say to meet?
6 a.m., I believe.
The time doesn't matter! The note has nothing to do with TikTok!
I don't know.
Puppy had the note, right? Then the person it was intended for must have been Happy!
But remember what
Oops.
the note said.
Shoot!
Obviously, it was meant for Taka. We know that because of the broken scrap of
Puppy had the
paper.
note, right? Then the
These
person
are the
it was
only
intended
things I have
for
here.
must have been Happy!
But remember what the note said.
Hello,
What time
hello.
did it say to meet?
6 a.m. The time doesn't matter. The note has nothing to do with TikTok!
Alright.
Puppy had the note, right? Then the person it was in must have been Happy!
But remember what the note said. What time did it say to meet?
6 a.m. The time doesn't matter. The note has nothing to do with TikTok! Puppy had the note, right? Then the person it was intended for must have been Happy!
What? Oh, are you kidding me?
Shoot!
That had. Okay. I'm trying to think here. Puppy had the
note, right? Then the
None of
person
these
it was
work
intended
at
for
all.
must have been Happy!
But remember what the note said. What
I
time
don't
did
think
it
it's
say
what
to
the
meet?
note said, because what the note said doesn't matter.
6 a.m., I believe.
The time doesn't matter. The note has nothing to do with TikTok! Puppy had the note, right? Then the person it was must have been Happy!
I don't.
But remember what the note said. What time did it say to meet?
I'm thinking here.
6 a.m., I believe.
The time doesn't
It,
matter.
obviously, it's the ripped part of paper that I
The
care
note has
about.
nothing to do with TikTok!
It's also a really good sound clip for saying TikTok.
Puppy had the note, right?
Right.
Then the
Actually,
person it was
I'm wrong.
intended
I'm
for
stupid.
must have been Happy!
But remember what the note said.
I'm
What
very
time did it say
stupid.
to me?
I'm very stupid. Do you want to know why I'm very
6 a.m.
stupid?
The time doesn't matter. The note has nothing to do with TikTok!
No, that's wrong!
I know what I'm trying to prove. I was looking at the wrong area because technically
there
the
absolutely is a
pocket
connection.
watch.
What the hell are you talking about?
The note said to meet at 6 a.m., which is the same time Taka was murdered. We've already proven that using his wristwatch. But there's more. Look where the note says to meet. The equipment room, right?
Which is where Taka was killed. I see.
So, Taka was murdered at both the time and place written in the
Danganronpa
note.
predicted TikTok. That's crazy. I know, right?
I think that should be plenty to show that this note was definitely meant for Taka.
Well, when you put it like that... No further objections!
Then someone used that note to trick Taka. Just the same as me. The culprit really is a cold-blooded monster. Telling people they found a way out.
But if they gave the note to Taka, what was Hifumi doing with it? Stuffed down his pants, no less!
Most likely. Hifumi stole it off Taka's corpse after he died.
Huh? He stole it?
Where's your proof?
I got it! When I searched Taka's body, I saw that his lifeless hand was gripping a small scrap of paper. If I'm right about this, the sheet of paper this piece came from is... specifically with the note we found hidden on Hifumi.
Oh my gosh.
Taka's scrap and Hifumi's note.
Yup, they're from the same piece of paper.
Hifumi had the note meant for Taka, while Taka's corpse still grasped a small piece of that note. There's only one way to explain it.
Taka died clutching the note. Hifumi tried to free the note from his death grip, leaving behind only one small scrap. Did I get all that right?
That means Hifumi knew the note was important.
Exactly. Which proves that he was an accomplice in the murder.
Whoa. Yeah. After seeing all this, Hifumi was super involved in this whole thing for sure. In fact, he was behind the whole thing. In fact, he's still alive!
No, he's not.
Sorry, no. When we found him in the repository, Hifumi was truly and completely dead. The second body discovery announcement proves that.
So then, who killed Hifumi?
Whoever did is the mastermind, the true killer.
He was killed in the repository. So he must have been killed not long after transporting Taka's body.
So, he must have been killed after Taka's body vanished, but before we found both bodies in the repository.
During that time, we'd all split up and were searching for Taka's missing body. In other words, during that time, none of us have alibis.
Oh. Oh, that's good.
But me and Sakura were together.
Stop trying to steal the spotlight, you stupid walrus!
Who are you calling a walrus?
Anyway, when they were killed bothers me too. But there's something that's been bothering me even more.
And what might that be?
The weapon they used to kill Hifumi.
The weapon?
The weapon?
Yeah, because I mean, according to the Monokuma file, the way Taka and Hifumi were killed was almost the same, with them having similar fractures and all. But Justice Hammer 3 and 4 were still laying around in the nurse's office and equipment room, right? So if Hifumi was killed in the repository, the culprit would have had to grab one of the hammers, kill Hifumi, then put the hammer back where they found it. But wouldn't that be seriously risky for him?
I'm surprised. It seems
Wow,
there's some
that was
semblance of
actually
a
really
brain
smart of
knocking around
them.
that
Holy
skull of
cow.
yours After all.
Hell yeah, it's packed in there good.
Hiro finally
and tight.
thinking. I know, right?
He's right, though. I don't understand it either. The Monokuma file makes it clear that they were killed using similar instruments. But if the hammers were already laying around those other rooms...
So the question is, how could the culprit have gotten their hands on either of the hammers? Personally, I haven't a clue.
So which hammer was used to attack Celeste? Number 1 or number 2?
Those were accounted for in other rooms too. And I don't think either one is big enough to kill someone.
Then,
Is it not possible they used a different weapon?
I don't think it is possible. They were both killed with the same kind of thing, right?
I agree.
So then, what was used to kill Hifumi?
I'm pretty you remember that hammer that we found in the room that was kind of different? Yeah, the spotless hammer.
What was used to kill Hifumi? Was it Justice Hammer 3? Maybe Justice Hammer 4?
Well, whatever it was, there's one thing we have to figure out. How was the culprit able to move around so freely with the weapon? How did nobody witness them carrying it?
Sounds like a Justice Hammer 5 is about to make its appearance! Check out murdergear.com/hammertime for more
Oh my
info.
gosh.
Well, one thing's
I wonder if that's a
pretty
real
clear.
was a real website.
The murder weapon had to be one of the Justice Hammers.
No, that's wrong.
I'm gonna be honest, I did that completely randomly. And I was right. Mom
The
W.
murder weapon wasn't a justice hammer at all. No,
But seriously? A different weapon?
specifically, a hammer from the repository. The killer could have easily used that to kill Hifumi. Now, all the hammers in the repository were covered in flecks of grit and debris. But for some reason, one of them had been scrubbed clean.
Huh?
And the reason it had been scrubbed clean was most likely because it was used to commit murder. If the hammer got covered in Hifumi's blood, of course they'd have to clean it off. I'd also like to point out that the repository has all kinds of hammers. Big ones, small ones, and even some flat mallet-like ones. I think whoever made the Justice Hammers used those as a basis for their design.
If that's true, that would explain the Monokuma file's note about the wounds being similar.
So Hifumi moved Taka's body to the repository, where someone then used a hammer to kill him.
Interesting.
That is the true killer. The one Hifumi was working with. And the one who betrayed him.
Hold on a moment. I still think it's strange to assume someone was
Yeah,
looking
you
for
would think it's
benefit.
strange. I'm back
The
to
way
thinking
the
it's you,
graduation
woman.
rule works, there is no benefit to helping someone else carry out a murder. So the idea that anyone would work together like that is simply ludicrous. We talked about this, did we not?
Not if you were gonna betray them. If you betrayed them, it doesn't matter. The hammer is not the answer. It can't be.
Based on the rules that have been laid out for us, even if more than one person is complicit in the murder, only the one who actually carried out the act can graduate and survive. Assuming the rule holds true, it is simply impossible that two people work together on this.
That is how the rule was explained to us.
But that only really applies if there's one murder, right? In this case, however, there were two murders.
Based on the rules that have been laid out for us, even if more than one person is complicit, only the one who actually carried out the act can graduate, assuming the rule holds true. It is
It's impossible. I got it right, Chad. I'm thinking. Chad, I'm thinking. Holy cow.
Since there were two murders, it's at least plausible that more than one person was involved.
What do you mean?
If there'd only been one murder, then yes, the idea of an accomplice isn't really worth considering. Naturally, if only one person can be saved per murder, an accomplice has no risk versus reward benefit.
Risk versus reward benefit?
The payoff for working together. The reward that balances out the risk of taking part in the scheme. There's no point in being someone's accomplice if there's no benefit to you. However, if there were some potential mutual reward for the risk, then cooperation becomes possible.
You're saying that two people could act as each other's accomplices to commit two separate murders.
I think that's what the true killer told Hifumi. They would each have an accomplice for their crime, and based on the case's events, Hifumi would have been the first one to act, murdering Taka. They made him carry out the first murder so he couldn't back out of helping them later on.
So in this case, there wasn't one single person committing multiple murders. Instead, each person killed someone, creating two separate incidents.
Wow.
And it only looked like one person because
Octopus
that's
has
how
9
the
brains,
true
a central
killer
brain, and 8
designed
small
it to
nerve
work.
clusters that act as a brain for each arm. Yup.
A single suspicious individual, a similar
None
weapon
of them
used in
work.
each crime, disappearing bodies. By creating one seamless set of circumstances, they made it look like one person was behind it
Well,
all.
technically, one person is behind it all. They just tricked the other person to kill
Target
one person.
managed to convince him to go along with their plan. And then, to avoid the no accomplices rule, they simply killed their accomplice. Which, if true, means that betraying Hifumi was part of the plan from the very beginning.
That's just awful. How could anyone be so cruel?
You think so?
The only other
Hell, but
person,
admire its cunning.
the only other person that's been contradicting this whole thing.
I understand how an accomplice could be involved. But then, who was the one pulling Hifumi's strings?
That's problem numero uno right now.
I don't know, chat. Only one person seems to fit. The only person who is...
Here's my answer.
The only person. The only person.
It was Celeste.
Ah, so I'm the suspicious individual now, am I? I
She is a
do hate
really good
this kind of
liar.
joke.
A joke? I wonder.
So what you are saying, then, is that I specifically chose to work together with Hifumi.
The moment Celeste pulled out a picture with Hifumi and Robo Justice, I figured out the case without seeing a body.
The idea that I would choose to spend any amount of time interacting with him, that I would go within 10 feet of that shit for brains, that lazy, worthless, goddamn idiot!
Whoa, her voice changes.
Pardonnez-moi.
Just to be clear, there is evidence to support it.
Is that so?
It is. Throughout the investigation, there was certain behavior that was common only to the two of you. Considering what we've learned so far, it only further proves that the two of you were working together.
I got it! The behavior they had in common has to do with the suspicious individual in the suit, doesn't it? The only ones who ever actually saw Robo Justice firsthand were Celeste and Hifumi.
Shush. The adults are talking now.
Sorry.
As he said, only Celeste and Hifumi ever laid eyes on the costumed individual. If we accept that Hifumi was one of the culprits, we can't help but suspect what Celeste has said as well.
Are you saying everything they told us was a lie?
Yes.
After taking Hifumi to the nurse's office, we all began our search for this individual, correct? And not too long after that, do you remember what Celeste said? We headed to the second floor specifically because of what she claimed to have seen. Next, to draw us all to the physics lab up on the third floor,
She let out a blood-curdling scream.
She was the one that constructed the whole
and when
thing.
we'd all come to see what was wrong, what was it
I don't
she
know
said?
why, but when I saw that picture, I was like, woman, I know it's you.
Once she'd done her job of getting us all up to the physics lab, it was time for her partner to get to work.
It was to get us to divide into two groups. So that we would discover both bodies at the same time?
In fact, Celeste was precisely the one who proposed that we split up.
Oh my gosh.
Well, if Celeste and Hifumi were working together,
I even
all
figured out
those
Hifumi was
chance
helping
events
because who else would
suddenly
design an
become
anime robot
connected.
costume other than the otaku? Listen, okay, I wasn't thinking about that specifically. I mean, it makes sense, obviously, but, you know. Maybe she has a secret thing for anime figures. You never know.
And on top of that, that piercing cry of yours early on. That was to signal Hifumi, wasn't it? It was your way of telling him, we're on the third floor. Everything's going according to plan. Why else would you let out a scream that could have carried across the sea?
I just realized another strange thing. When we found Hifumi in the nurse's office, who we now know was only pretending to be dead,
I was not expecting this. I did not imagine that Hifumi would be murdered. Imagine Celeste being a secret nerd.
you
Yeah.
were the first one to say he'd been murdered. You wanted to make sure we wouldn't have any doubt in our minds.
I don't believe it. Everything. The whole thing was one big act.
Hina, you were with Celeste when Hifumi's body disappeared, right?
Yeah. I was feeling kind of sick, so Celeste took me to the bathroom. Wait. Then that was...
She wasn't worried about you. She just saw a chance to help Hifumi sneak out of the
Oh
nurse's office.
my gosh.
Each piece isn't much by itself, but start putting them together and the picture gets very ugly indeed. Wouldn't you agree, Celeste?
I have no idea what you mean.
Don't bother trying to deny it. You made one fatal mistake.
Oh, did I?
I didn't even catch it myself when you first said it, but looking back, I can say that that one little slip-up was your undoing.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about what you said after Hifumi's body disappeared and we returned to the nurse's office.
Has really been enjoying this. Enjoying the sight of us standing around frightened and confused. All going to die here. We're gonna die like those guys died. That's
I
right.
remember her saying that too.
She's never acted like that
I
before.
don't understand what's so strange about it.
Then pay attention. Sakura, Toko, and I were first to discover Taka's body in the equipment
Wait, no, wait. She didn't know.
room. Then Makoto showed up and told us Hifumi had been killed. So Sakura
She
and I
didn't
left
know
with
that
Makoto.
Taka had died.
Once we were in the hall, we ran into Celeste, and the four of us headed to the nurse's office. Now, the entire time we were together, none of us
That's
said
right.
anything about
Those
Taka
guys
being
died.
dead.
Holy crap.
Think about it. Celeste's comment doesn't make sense. It was completely out of place.
Yeah, I see what you're talking about.
Wow.
Although I don't really get what it means.
Braingasm, chat.
You hear that, Celeste? Everyone's having some trouble understanding. Could you repeat what you said?
Do you get it? I think he gets it.
If you're really not the culprit, you shouldn't have any problem repeating it, right?
Brain blast. Oh, I hate it.
All I said was, they must really be enjoying this. Enjoying the sight of us standing around, frightened and confused. They must be positively elated. We are all going to die here. We are going to die, just like those guys died. And that is all I said.
And that's all it takes to think. What was so strange about Celeste's comment?
Oops. Shoot, I didn't mean to do that. Wrong one.
Shoot!
It's the other one.
All I said, they must really enjoying the sight of us. They must be.
We are all going to die here. We are going to die, just like those guys died. And that is all I said.
And that's all it takes. What was so strange about Celeste's comment?
All I said was, they must really be enjoying this. Enjoying.
The sight of us standing
What?
around, frightened and...
Oh, wait, no, it's the other one. I'm wrong. I am stupid. I am very stupid. Sorry, chat, I'm not smart anymore.
They must really enjoying the sight of us. They must be.
We are all going to die here. We are going to die, just like those guys.
And that is.
And that's all it takes to finish this.
Wait.
It's obvious. What was so strange about Celeste's comment?
No, wait, it's that. I think.
All I said was,
They must really be enjoying the sight of us. They must be. We are all going to. We are going to die.
and that is all I said.
And that's all it takes.
What was so strange about Celeste's comment?
All I said. They must.
I don't feel
really
like that's
be
it either.
enjoying the sight of us. They must be.
We are all going to die here. We are going to die, just like.
Never mind, it was.
No, that's wrong.
Never mind, I was right. I shouldn't question myself so often.
That's right. There's no reason Celeste should have said, just like those guys died. When she said that, none of us had told
Here's
her
the thing, I
Taka
wrote
was
that off
dead.
because, like, those guys could be used to, say, the general everybody.
Exactly. And we didn't run into her until after we were all out in the hall. So there was never any chance for her to have seen his body in the equipment
I'm sorry,
room
chat,
for
I'm
herself.
very... Mom dumb. Excuse me.
So how did you know, Celeste? How did you know more than one person had been killed? And how did you know they were both guys? Because Kyoko had also disappeared, right? So she could have been dead too.
You all have such vivid imaginations. You know that?
Imaginations.
You claim that I was lying when I told you about the suspicious person I saw. Then what about the picture I took? How do you explain this picture of the costumed villain dragging Hifumi away?
I think that
It has to
they
be some
took
kind of
Hiro,
setup,
put him in the
right?
suit, and then they took a pose.
So let's put the suit on, and then she used the camera's
No,
timer to
It was definitely you.
set up the picture.
It was definitely you, but you were
I've
knocked out.
completely forgotten. You are the only one who could have possibly fit into that suit. Plus, I happen to know that this particular camera does not have a timer. In other words, it is an unassailable fact that this is a picture of Hifumi being dragged away. If everything I told you was a lie, how can this picture exist? Simple.
Are we sure that's really a picture of the suspect dragging Hifumi away?
What could you possibly mean by that?
Surely there are other explanations than the one you've offered up.
Yeah.
No, there is no other
No.
explanation.
I got it! It's not a picture of the
Sorry.
suspect dragging Hifumi away. I would say it's a picture of Hifumi dragging the suspect away.
That's certainly within the realm of possibility. The one being dragged off in that picture isn't Hifumi, but the person in the robot suit. We've simply been led to believe that it's the other way around. And the strange costume might only exist to lead us astray even farther.
The thing is, we only saw that costume in two places. When the picture was there, and when we
If you
found,
saw someone wearing something like that
Hiro.
in this situation, of course you'd notice and be suspicious.
That's what happened! You put me to sleep and made me out to be the bad guy in all this!
Such a thing is utterly impossible.
I doubt it.
He was dragging him away? Ridiculous.
Is it? I don't think it's ridiculous at all.
Then shut your mouth and allow me to educate you.
Oh. Damn. Oh, jeez.
You dressed me up in that suit after I passed out! Then you just draped me across Hifumi and had him carry my weight! You tried to make me look like the bad guy!
Like I said, ridiculous. As you can see in the picture, the suspect is standing perfectly upright. If the person inside the suit was unconscious, there's no way they could stand up straight like that.
Then the fortune-telling
Actually, the Justice costume
Way!
is forced kind of upright. I'm pretty sure.
You dressed me up in that suit after I passed out! Then you just draped me across Hifumi and had him carry my weight! You tried to make me look like the bad guy!
Like I said, ridiculous. As you can see in the picture, the suspect is standing perfectly upright. If the person inside the suit was
Oops.
unconscious...
Shoot, I hit the wrong one.
Shoot!
I meant to hit the other one. I'm so sorry.
You dressed me up in that suit. Then you just draped me. You tried to make me look.
Like I said, as you can see in the picture, if the person in
There's no way they could stand up straight.
That's it. And we're gonna have to do another one of those rhythm games. I would be
Even if
upset if
the
that's the
person
case.
inside the suit were unconscious, they could still stand up like that, because that Robo Justice suit had a certain characteristic.
That's right! They totally made a mistake when they made it, so it couldn't bend at the waist.
Oh my gosh.
I'm not so sure that was a mistake. I think the suit was designed from the beginning to be used the way it was.
Celeste and Hifumi took the suit
That
that's
face,
specially
though.
designed and stuffed Hiro into it. That's how they were able to fake that whole thing. The point of it all was to make us believe whoever was in the suit was to blame.
Well then, I suppose
Damn.
this is checkmate.
Checkmate?
Don't make me laugh, you idiot! What do you mean, checkmate?
Celeste?
Clearly, you want to cram me into your little guilty box. Well, there's one little problem.
Have you already forgotten what Hifumi told us as he lay dying?
Doesn't really matter.
When we asked him who had attacked him, his answer was quite clear, was it not?
I don't think that matters at this point.
And I quote, Yasuhiro. In other words, Yasuhiro Hakakure!
Right! But my name isn't really Yasuhiro! It's actually Taro!
Your confusing statements don't make any sense. You're only making things more complicated.
He did say Yasuhiro. But are we sure he was really pointing the finger at Hiro?
What the hell are you talking about? I'll burn you alive!
Damn,
Kyoko,
her voice changes
what do you mean by that?
when she gets upset.
Think back to how Hifumi used to talk to us. How did he refer to each of us?
I got it!
Celeste is a
That's right.
creature.
Our last names. He called us all by our last names.
Exactly. I know I heard him say Mr. Naegi more than once, for example. So if Hifumi did mean to say Hiro's name, he would have said his last name, Hagakure.
I'm sure it was just incidental. By chance, his first name. Indecent?
Don't talk.
Random chance. Now isn't that a convenient explanation?
Indeed.
No. There's no reason to think he would have said the name any different than normal.
Oh boy.
He must have run out of energy before
Oh
he
man,
could
see,
say
I didn't even
more.
notice that.
So
I was guessing there.
trying to tell us the last name of whoever killed him?
But the name he said doesn't apply to anyone here.
Well, no. Hold on. There's one person it could apply to, and that's Celeste. She never actually told us what her real name is.
What did you just say? To think you'd take your false accusation so far, I don't know whether to laugh or spit! Come on! Enough with your idiotic
Damn.
blather! Yasuhiro is a loser's name! Do I look like a loser to you? Well, do I?
She looks so pissy.
I think I've earned the right to be a little on edge.
Holy cow.
Okay, then fill us in. What's your real name?
Make sure your ear holes are wide open and listen up! My real name is Celestia Ludenberg. Could you please stop making me repeat myself over and over again?
I don't know. A little on edge? She's more than just a little.
Hifumi was trying to tell us something.
I think it's handbook,
He
but I'm
wanted
not
us
sure.
to know the killer's last name, Yasuhiro.
If there's one person here who might have that last name,
It would have to be you, Celeste. You haven't told anyone what your real name is.
how many times do I have to tell you? My name is Celestia Ludenberg, god damn it!
Oh my
How long
gosh.
do you plan to go on pretending?
I'm not pretending. It's the truth. And since you have no way to contradict
Oh
me,
shoot.
that's the only truth there is! Moron!
I'm pretty sure the e-handbook is the best way to do it.
Hifumi was... He wanted
The
us to know
e-handbook is the
there's one
only way
person
because like it tells your real name.
How many times Celestia Ludenberg!
How long do you plan to go on?
I'm not pretending. It's the truth. And since you have no way to contradict me,
What? Oh, that's so dumb.
the only truth there is...
Oh, that's so dumb. I hate that. I shot it before those showed up, gang.
There's one person...
It would have to be you, Celeste.
How many times
Holy
How
crap.
long do you plan?
I'm not pretending. It's... And since you have no way to contradict me...
That's so dumb. Intercepted? That was not intercepted, game. I call bull crap. That is cap.
That's it! The handbook!
What?
Anytime you turn your handbook on, it shows the owner's name when it boots up, right? Monokuma told us all about it before. So all we have to do is check her handbook, and that'll clear up everything. That's how we can find out Celeste's real name.
That's an invasion of privacy. I refuse to cooperate.
Celeste, can you please just tell us what really happened? Please, just tell us.
Even when I'm put in check, it's just my nature not to give up. Because until the game's over, you never know what might happen.
Fine then. Let me settle it. Let me go over the case again. And that
All right.
brings everything to an end.
Then I gotta play the dumb rhythm game again. It's time for the climax, chat. Oh gosh, there's a lie here. What the hell is this doing here? What? Okay, oh, that's obviously gotta be... I feel like they give you some extra ones just to mess with you. Let's just go through this. Slowly and concisely. That's funny. That's gotta be a magical girl thing. Let's see. 6 a.m. Justice Hammer 2 was when he was attacked. Right, so I'm going to assume... I don't know what this is here. That makes no sense. No, that's the crystal ball from the first chapter. Why is this here? And this. That makes no sense. This kind of makes sense, I guess. This is when he was asked to meet up. This is when he was whacked with the Justice Hammer 2. This was Justice Hammer 3. I think that's good. I think that's it. I think.
Before anything, the killer persuaded someone to help carry out the murder. And that person was... Hifumi. With an accomplice, the killer was able to execute a number of otherwise impossible schemes. First, they convinced someone to meet them in the rec room last night at 1 in the morning. That someone they met with was Hiro. The murderous duo intended to pass Hiro off as the prime suspect. So when they met up with him, they drugged him, knocked him out, and stuffed him into the Robo-Justice suit. Next, Hifumi positioned himself to make it look like Robo-Justice was attacking him, while the killer
There were
used
so
a
many
digital
random
camera to
little
take
things in there
pictures
that I
of
was like,
the
why is
assault.
this in here?
They did all this just to create evidence that would put the suspicion on Hiro. When they were done with him, they shoved him, still unconscious, into the pool room locker. And then finally, at 6 a.m., they moved into the murder phase of their plan. They called Taka to the equipment room.
Oof.
And that's where Hifumi killed him, making it the scene of the first murder. The murder weapon was Justice Hammer 4, which was left there in the equipment room. The reason Hammer number 4 was used was to create confusion about the order of the crimes. So, next they falsified 2 more assault incidents. For these attacks, the killers pretended to
So I
be
might have already
victims
mentioned it, but I remember
to
there was a
solidify
Danganronpa
Robo
live play, but they
Justice as the
changed the rules so
suspect.
if you don't vote for the killer, you also die. Really? Taka couldn't bring himself to vote for Mondo as a killer, so he got killed at the end of the second trial instead of the third? Really?
The first fake
That's
incident was the
interesting.
attack in the rec room. There, the killers wanted us to see Justice Hammer 1 and the Robo Justice pictures they'd taken. They wanted to make sure.
Well, was
we
it like a
thought was
live roleplay or
surprise attack
something?
story. The second fake incident was the attack in the library. This time, they planted Justice Hammer 2 and an injured Hifumi to sell us that story. With these 2 incidents, the killers were able to create a certain preconception in our minds that the suspect was increasing the size of the hammers and attacking people in order as they did. We fell right into their trap and started looking for the suspect based on that. But
It was a play? I see.
while we did that, we left Hifumi alone in the nurse's office. This was exactly what Hifumi was hoping for. He took a blood packet from the refrigerator and Justice Hammer 3 and turned the room into a crime scene in which he himself had apparently been brutally murdered. He let out a scream to draw us back, and when we returned, that's what we found. Meanwhile, the other group that had been out searching found Taka's body at the same time. So when we heard the body discovery announcement, we naturally assumed it was for Hifumi. We left the nurse's office, and Hifumi once again took advantage of the situation. He simply got up and made his escape. When we learned his body had disappeared, we all rushed back to the nurse's office. And once again, Hifumi had the chance he was waiting for. This time, he snuck into the equipment room. He wrapped Taka's body in a tarp and used the dolly to move it all the way down to the repository. That explains how each of the bodies disappeared. But even Hifumi didn't know what the true killer had in mind for their final act.
That poor backpack.
Their plan all along was to kill Hifumi and get rid of the one person who could betray them. And they did it using an ordinary, everyday hammer from the repository. That should cover everything that happened in this case. And the villain behind it all is...
I love it. I love that a lot.
Sorry.
Is that supposed to be Moe? I love it.
I lost? When was the last time I was forced to utter such words? They hang heavy around my neck.
Then you admit it? You're the killer?
Why was the transition so? I have no idea.
Listen to you, trying to take charge, as if you're my private instructor. I, Celestia Ludenberg. Actually, no. Taiko Yasuhiro is fine.
Oh my god.
So, you finally accepted it.
I'm the kind of person, once I've lost, I don't like things to drag on.
Interesting.
Wow, she changed her. She was like pretending to be some other thing. Hey, I didn't actually have to fight her. That's nice. Yay, I got an A. I got an A, chat.
Okay, Monokuma. I'm ready to begin. Or, no, I suppose this is the end, isn't it?
It is indeed the moment we've all been waiting for. Time to vote, okay? If you would, please locate your lever.
You
and
fought her
cast
earlier,
your
remember?
vote.
I know, but like I expected a second fight.
And when the votes are tallied,
I mean,
who
like,
will become the
I assume that the amount of times you're gonna do that is just gonna go up.
The right choice
Unless I'm
or the
wrong.
dreadfully wrong one.
Despite the trial being so bleh, Select is a great character. That's an okay trial. It was kind of obvious, though. It's basically a formality at this point, but once again, you're totally correct. The black in this time, the true killer who devised the whole stinking scheme was... Celestia Ludenberg, or maybe more precisely, Tako Yashihiro.
Honestly.
I lost. Well, that sucks. Is a third trial syndrome a term coined by Ace Attorney? I don't know what that means. I guess trying to work with someone else was a mistake after all. Hifumi's ineptitude was beyond all my calculations.
I knew it.
She really did approach Hifumi with this plan. How'd you get him to agree? I can't imagine he would happily agree to commit murder. I'm sure she relied on her speciality, lying. My speciality? Don't make me laugh. I didn't have to lie to get him to agree. Did you use, you know? I know you'd figure out Kyoko. You're absolutely right. To get Hifumi to act as my accomplice, I used her. Ooh, for everyone who's still left, I avoid mentioning your name, but it was the only thing Hifumi and Taka were both super into. Doesn't she mean? Is she talking about alter ego?
Say what?
I work quick, I know, right? What? What are you talking about?
Just a second.
Don't interrupt, we're in the middle of a very important conversation. I'm totally out of the loop. As usual. How sad.
In other words...
Then you're the one who stole it?
Indeed.
That's right.
I see.
And you used it to drag Hifumi into the plan you'd come up with? Right again! Last night after we had our meeting about how it disappeared, I paid Hifumi a little visit. What are you doing here? I was hoping to talk to you alone. It's about what was stolen. I know who did it. What?
Are you okay with
Was
this?
Taka, he stole it? What?
So
I have
then-
proof. Would you like to see it? Turned out I found a use for the digital camera. Took you know what to Taka's room earlier and took pictures. I deleted the pictures as soon as I'd shown it to Hifumi, of course.
Damnation!
So it was him. How did he do? Why does he have a magical girl costume in his room? I'd say that's more concerning to me than anything else. Also, hi, hello. How did he do it? She was supposed to yell. Either of us got close to her. You are correct, which is why Taka forced me to steal it. What?
As for me...
Please forgive me. He threatened me.
Oh.
He did?
As for me...
He came to my room last night unannounced and it was hard for me to say. He abused me. What? And he took pictures. He said if I did not do as he asked, he would show them to everyone. So I had no choice.
Damnation!
That's a crime, an absolute crime. I mean, I knew he'd gone a little crazy, but I never imagined he would go that far. Amazing how completely he bought it. I can't express how enjoyable that was. Wow, what a feminist. What a bitch. Wow. She lied to get another guy to kill another girl, or to kill another guy for her so she could get away with murder. Holy cow. She's just like a feminist. I feel like that's what she is. I'm about to say something I've never said before in my life. I'm going to kill him. I'm going to effing kill him.
Most unfortunate.
Wait, please, if you go now, you'll be playing right into his hands. I didn't need to lie. Instantly lies about getting sad. Essayed. Oh, very true.
Actually...
Taka's planning to use her to escape, and he's made you his target. What? Escape? You mean Taka's gonna try and kill you? What?
Indeed.
And also so he can keep her for himself. That bastard. Bastard.
Honestly.
Can we allow him to continue with these barbaric acts? Absolutely not. How could I? Gee, I have to save her.
Actually...
And would you like to join with me? It's just what happens. I've come up with a plan. Huh? I've devised a way to reclaim what he has stolen and escape this dreadful school. With that, it's complete. What are you talking about? Oh, nothing. Hifumi agreed without a second thought. The effect I had on him was remarkable. The power of love, even love, is twisted that can still drive people mad, it would seem. You disgust me.
I see.
I have another question. What was that strange costume Hifumi's creation?
Indeed.
Yeah, it was a real pain in the butt, too. All I asked him to do was make something to hide the face and general body size. I had no idea he'd make something like that. But it's my fault for picking him in the first place.
But...
So why'd you decide to make me the suspect? Because you're stupid. Ouch. That's it?
Let's
In that regard, I made the right choice. I'm so glad your stupidity surpassed my every expectation. Life must have been tough on your parents, though. I feel like I could cry.
Well,
When you were explaining your plan to Hifumi, how did you explain the part about him playing dead? What she's asking is, what was Hifumi supposed to do after that, assuming you actually let him live?
Are you okay with
That's simple. After he did his part, pretended to be dead. When someone showed up, I told him to say he'd been seriously wounded. He was on the verge of death, but he just barely held on. And he really believed that? Well, of course, that wasn't all there was to it. As I explained to Hifumi, the plan was, while you were all questioning him and what had happened to him, I was gonna murder someone else. At that point, Hifumi would have an alibi, so nobody could doubt him. I told him that, and he believed it. Seems very straightforward, stereotypical. I just matched the lie to the level of opponent. In fact, Hifumi ate it up. He believed the lie wholeheartedly, right up until the moment of his death.
so in the end...
She planned to kill him all along. Of course. There would have been no point in my plan if one who pretended to be dead did not end up dead himself.
What the heck?
How can a human life mean so little to you?
Well,
That's a non-issue. I simply did everything in my power to win.
Don't be mean.
Now you sound like Byakuya.
I wonder
No,
about
he derives
that.
his pleasure from the thrill of the hunt. In that aspect, we're nothing alike.
Why?
And what made you take things this far?
What the heck?
Was it really for money? Are you talking about the $10 million Monokuma offered us? That is a lot of money, it's true. But that's not all there is to it. For the moment our new lives here began, my only thought has been escape. But all along you've been saying how we have accepted life living here.
Little
Obviously that was a lie.
Hey!
I couldn't take it. I hated it from day one. More than anyone else in here. I wanted to get out. Every day was fresh torture. And you wanna know why?
This is fine.
Because I had a dream. And accepting a life here would have meant nothing less than giving up on my dream forever.
Honestly.
There's no way that I could ever do that. In the underground world of gambling, I risked my life to make a metaphorical killing.
As for me,
And it was all for that dream. And what was the dream of yours?
isn't it wonderful?
To live in a European castle. A castle? Of course. And to gather handsome men from all over the world to serve as my butler/slavish bodyguards. I'm gonna make them dress up like vampires and satisfy my every need. Oh. Once I had tamed that, I would have created a perfectly aesthetic world of decadence.
Fine.
Living the rest of my life there was my only dream, my only goal. That's what life is about. Combined with my own winnings, Monokuma's $10 million would have made that dream a reality. I got right to the edge, but
nothing to be
unfortunately
done.
my dream has been scattered to the wind. Still, I don't have any regrets. I pursued my dream to the very end, so why would I?
Just the worst.
You sound so passionate, but you were really able to kill your own friends for it?
Oh.
Are you asking me to feel guilty? That's a pointless endeavor. I think nothing of sacrificing others for my own needs. I feel
Do
nothing.
you understand?
That's all there is to me. That's what makes me complete. Isn't that terrifying how different our values are? There's simply no room for understanding.
What
She
is
sounds more
this?
like an adult than she does a kid. That's what we should be saying. How can you be so calm? Don't you realize you're about to die? Why aren't you scared? My ability to lie is unrivaled, and I take pride in that. It's not just other people. I can even fool my own emotions. The conscious deceives the unconscious. And that's why you aren't scared?
Yes.
That's right, I don't fear death. Kill me however you like. But you know, if I could be reincarnated, if I had a choice
Isn't it
then,
wonderful?
I think I would like to come back as Mary Antoinette.
Hey.
You just get executed again. Ha. Celeste smiled. Then, when she did, it looked at me like a poor effort to force it. She claimed she could fool her own feelings. That statement herself must have been her final lie. That weak fake smile is what betrayed her.
Chills!
You all done? Okay, let's get rolling. The blackened disturbed the peace and must pay the price.
I've prepared a very special punishment. Let's give it
Oh
everything
boy,
we've
chat.
got. It's punishment time!
Let's see what happens.
I guess I'll let Kyoko hold on to this. What? Will it really give you the hope you're looking for? I can't say I ever saw it that way. Which is why, actually, it's not important. Well then, take care, everyone.
It's punishment
Perhaps we'll meet
time.
again, in another life.
Time for punishment. Burning of the Vestal's witch. Oh, she's gonna burn at the stake. That's horrific. That is horrific. But maybe what she deserves, I don't know. A fan fave died, and you'd be put. You'll be put to rest and burned at the stake. Jeez. I love the big high school across it. I can't tell, was she run over or was she burned to death? That's a fake. Here's a fire truck. Was she burned to the stake or was she run over? Third execution is over. Celeste's death is over. Celeste killed my friend, so I can't pity her, but I also can't deny that at one point I considered her a friend too. And for him to just come along and... Isn't it just awful? Someone couldn't cut free of their regrets from the outside world, so more people had to die. Extreme! You guys are still young. You need to place more value on your lives.
What are you gonna do?
Jeez, and here I thought you guys were gonna pass the torch of hope to the next generation.
Let me out of here!
What do I care about hope? I will throw it in the trash if you let me out of here.
Too bad.
You're all the embodiment of hope, whether you like it or not. And it's my destiny to knock you down one by one. It's sad, yes it is, but that reality just can't be avoided. Don't talk like you're not responsible. How long are you gonna make us keep going through this? What do you want from us?
How strange.
Gosh, I'm so sick of people asking me that. Give it a rest already. Anyway, Kyoko, did I see you get some kind of key-type object from Celeste?
Hey!
So what's the deal with that?
What?
Huh? What's the matter?
So then...
I'll answer your question if you answer mine. What did you do? What did you do to me? What?
Hey.
What did you do to my body? Man, this is not sounding like a question that can be easily answered. Oh man, oh geez, oh man, oh geez. What do you mean, what did I do? I have no idea. I don't know anything about it. What was that? Mastermind did something to Kyoko's body. What does that mean?
Hello.
Okay, things are getting kind of awkward. I think it's about time I get out of here.
Well?
Meanwhile, you guys can enjoy your school life. You get lonely, give me a shout. Not that I'll do anything about it, of course.
See ya later!
See ya! I think she got run over from what I understand. Celeste probably wouldn't have minded getting burned like a witch because of the aesthetic. But Monokuma came in with the truck to take that away from her. You know what? That does make a lot of sense. It's at the end of the day, it's not giving her the death she thinks she deserves. It wasn't all despair. There was one small hope. Monokuma already mentioned it, but what's the key that Celeste gave you? Most likely, the key to one of our dressing room lockers. And that means Celeste probably hid it there.
Hey.
I suppose sometimes it's easiest to miss what's right beneath your nose. We better go check.
Indeed.
Good idea. We left the courtroom and rushed to the dressing room. So we approached the dressing room. Kyoko looked back at us and said, I'm going in alone from here. Everyone else head to the dining hall. I'll check with you later. What exactly are you going alone? Do you have to ask? As she spoke, she glanced over the surveillance camera.
Come on.
She didn't die in a beautiful blaze of glory, but like Wile E. Coyote. Very true. That's not what I meant. I mean, why you? There's still a risk of you being a spy, you know. Then I'll go too.
What?
You? Please let me go. Standing here arguing is just going to draw more attention.
Fine.
Do whatever you want. Thank you, Byakuya.
Well then.
Then it's up to you now.
Yo!
I'm gonna go to the dining hall, okay? So Makoto and Kyoko are going together? Does that mean what I think it means? Okay. Good luck, Makoto. Girls like her are totally pushovers when you show a little backbone. Damn. Tried to forget what Hina said. Everyone headed to the dining hall, leaving me and Kyoko there alone.
Shall we go?
Well, shall we? Yeah.
So then.
There's the laptop. Good morning. It's been a while, hasn't it? It's safe, thank goodness. I never heard Kyoko sound so relieved. It was like she was speaking from the bottom of her heart. I just did what Celeste asked. I didn't say a word. I stayed quiet the entire time. Oh, and I think I might be able to open the last set of files soon, maybe as early as tomorrow. I'm doing my best, so please wait just a while longer. So now we can officially say the case is closed, as far as this incident is concerned, sure, but... Can we take a second since we have this opportunity? I want you to be honest with me. Please tell me, what are you trying to do on your own at the school? Is that why you wanted to come with me?
However...
Regardless, that's not something you need to know right now. I don't need to know? That just makes me even more worried.
What?
Worried? Like what happened during the investigation this time? You disappeared and we didn't see you again. Without warning, without explanation, when you did that.
Indeed.
It's only natural that they think I'm the mastermind spy, right? And you too? No! I believe in you. You believe in me? Isn't it obvious people believe in their friends, right? That's why I want you to tell me. I want you to believe in me too. Because we're friends. I understand.
It's true.
And maybe I can believe in you. Just a little bit more. Then...
That's fine.
Fine, I'll tell you. I'll tell you why I've been disappearing and where I've been going. You see... What I heard from Kyoko was... Frankly, it kind of blew my mind. Right after I told Kyoko I believed in her, she told me a story that was almost unbelievable. I decided I had to confirm what she told me with my own 2 eyes. So I waited for nighttime to come, and then when it did, I went into action. We're gonna go chat. We're gonna go chat until this chapter's over, so we got a little bit of time.
Correct.
Boys' bathroom on the 2nd floor doesn't have a surveillance camera or monitor in it. And a storage closet there, way in the back. She said way in the back of the boys' bathroom was a storage closet, but could Kyoko really be right about this? It's a normal storage closet as far as I can tell. The secret Kyoko told me about, could it really be hidden in here? Way in the back of the storage closet, but I mean, seriously? Without thinking, I placed my hand on the back of the storage closet, and suddenly, as if I were being yanked in... Same time I heard that sound, I fell through the wall. I had no idea what was going on. I had fallen through the back of the storage closet. How could she have found this? She's a woman. I mean... Chihiro wasn't. So I could be wrong about that too. It turned out the back was a revolving door and I made my way to the other side. Just like Kyoko had said.
Correct.
The boys' bathroom on the 2nd floor, there's a storage closet. And way in the back of that closet, there's a secret room. So this is the secret room, but what's in here? There's a bunch of files and one look like volume after volume of yearbooks. They're all covered in dust. Looking at everything, one file at the edge of the book caught my eye. Hope's Peak Academy Student Registry. Is the only thing here not covered in dust. Has someone been looking at it? I slipped the file into my hand, but before I had a chance to look at it, a slip of paper fell out of the file and I turned my attention to it. What's this? You must not leave. That's kind of weird. I could understand it if it like said I can't leave, but you must not leave. What is this? My head feels funny. This strange sensation is like deja vu. Those words, you must not leave, I've seen them somewhere before, but I can't quite remember. What do I know? What don't I know? Uh-oh. Strange sound rang through my head. Felt like I was shaking my brain back and forth. And then, darkness. I don't understand what's happening. I don't know what started it. It's all over, and with that I opened my eyes. I didn't know how long it had been. Apparently something hit me and I lost consciousness. That's all I understood. The dull, throbbing pain in my head proved that much at least. Oh my gosh, everything is gone. An empty bookshelf. Empty? Gone? It's all gone! Yearbooks, the student registry, and even the note that had fallen on the floor, it's all gone? What does this mean? Well, my brain refused to do any more work. The insistent pain in my head began to spread across the rest of my body. For now, I should go back to my room, get some rest. My body was heavy with pain, my mind heavy with thought. I dragged myself back towards my room. Somehow I made it back to the 1st floor of the school. The further I walked, the more I felt things were getting blurry. Can't see in front of me. I couldn't stop myself from collapsing. After that... Huh? As from a vast distance I heard a sound. It was faint but undeniable. That sound coming from the gym? There's no way you're getting back up, man. As I desperately hauled my shaky frame towards the gym, the sound got stronger and stronger. What's going on? Can't be nothing here in the gym. I didn't make a sound as I opened the door. Sound coming from inside me while only intensified. Before me there raged a battle beyond anything humanly possible. Oh, jeez. No, not one side's not human, that's for sure, but regardless, I couldn't stop staring. I forgot to move or even breathe.
Why, you? What do you think you're doing? I asked you a question. What's the meaning of this? How dare you defy me? This wasn't part of the deal!
The deal?
I've made a decision. I will no longer retreat, no longer compromise, no longer regret. I've made my decision. I'm going to resist you.
Okay, but you do realize what will happen if you go through with this, right? You haven't forgotten, have you? What I'm holding hostage?
What am I looking at? What am I hearing? A hostage? And could it be the mastermind spy is... Oh man. Down to half the cast, chat. Which means that things are getting more and more serious. Yay! I finished chapter 3! I don't know how many chapters are in this game, by the way. Leon killed Sayaka. Monokuma killed Junko. And Leon got executed. Are we just doing a midway recap? And Mondo killed Chihiro? And then he got executed. Ifumi killed Taka, then Celeste killed Hifumi. Then she got executed. And that brings us up to now. Oh, goodness. Once we get through this conversation, we're gonna be done. Next morning in the dining hall, the day after Celeste's case. So now there's only 5 of us here. Only a third of the number of people we started with.
Indeed.
Loneliness has become commonplace. That's true. Still. What did I see yesterday? I don't understand. Sakura is the mastermind spy? Can that be true? Koto, are you okay? I'm fine. I can't bring it up in front of the others. If I did that, it would confuse everyone.
Okay.
In that case, let's eat till we pass out. What do you mean in that case? Well, because look how scary everyone looks. It's gotta be because you're fighting over empty stomachs, right? You feel your belly, I'm sure you'll cheer up. Let's eat. Let's fry up some fish and donuts. That doesn't mix. That doesn't mix. I know the taste of fish, and I know the taste of donuts. That doesn't mix. It's a deep impact style, meteor impact, extinction level, event combination of foods. Those are both breakfast time top sellers. Until we can't stand up part is a problem. After we're done, we need to explore.
I see.
That's right, since the class trial is over, new areas should have opened up.
That's true.
Plus, we still have alter ego. We don't have to give in to despair just yet. She's right. We have to plan ahead and think about the future. Think of it, protein and carbs? Absolutely not. That's disgusting. Think happy thoughts, no deathly thoughts.
You know?
We're gonna get our way out of here, right? When this is all over, I think I want to get reborn serious. I mean, reborn as someone serious. Are you okay? That sounds like something someone who is about to die would say. I'm totally okay. I'm not gonna die. Why? Because there aren't gonna be any more murders. What makes you so sure?
According to the
I predicted it
spirits-
last night since it revealed itself to me from the ether. There's no doubt about it.
However...
How accurate is your fortune telling?
How about that?
I can usually hit 20 or 30% on a good day. That seems really low.
It's not like some occult
Cookies and
mystery.
octopus too? Sure. It's not like an ESP or whatever. Of course I'm only gonna get it right sometimes.
Occult is
I told you my
bullcrap.
fortune telling isn't some occult thing.
So,
Fortune telling isn't occult?
You got it all
Of course
wrong.
not. Clairvoyance is clairvoyance. Don't put it in the same category as cattle manipulation. Cattle what?
So...
Is referring to the urban legend where aliens abduct cows and dissect them as part of their research.
Actually,
No, you're calling it an urban legend. As a matter of fact, it's true. As a matter of fact, it's happened to me. It happened one day when I went to go get a hamburger. It was a place I'd never been before. They claimed their patties were 100% all beef. So I got a burger to go and headed home. Before long,
the end is
the
nigh.
sky was filled with a mysterious blinding light.
Some crazy beam came out of nowhere and
I love
locked
this.
onto my hamburger. And as soon as the beam touched it, the burger started floating in midair. And then, still floating there, the entire burger started coming apart. One part of it just vanished, while the rest fell back into my hand. Do you realize what that means? It means the burger wasn't 100% beef. It must have had some pork or something mixed in. Something like
Nice.
70% pork and 30%
Nice,
beef would be
chat.
my
You know
guess.
what, chat? I like this. I'm okay with this.
You can't trick me.
Stormed back into the burger place and got up in the manager's grill, and they totally admitted it. It wasn't 100% beef. They totally mixed in ground pork.
How about that?
Can I have some of that, please? Because whatever it is, damn. Now, do you see? That's cattle manipulation. You kind of got lost halfway through. I can't tell if you're for the occult or against it, you stink of stupidity.
Don't be mean.
I stink of what? How dare you? Well, you do stink. That's fine. That's fine! Anyway, if your prediction turns out to be true, at the very least, I won't murder anyone.
Yeah.
Me neither. I would never.
Of course.
Me either.
Indeed.
Nor I. That goes for me, too, of course. I would never kill any of my friends. Like those words of encouragement were helping us come together as one. After so much sacrifice and hardship, we finally become united. But,
Well,
to be honest, I wish Byakuya and Toko were here with this, too. But they're so hard to deal with, they only think about themselves. You were better off without them, I say. You think Hiro would share? No, I don't think he would. We were united for the time being. With that bond, he had weakness and fragility. Alright, chat. We have solved the murder today. I am gonna be done. I don't have anything planned for Saturday and Sunday, so I think that's where we're gonna continue this. So on Saturday and Sunday, we're gonna continue more Danganronpa. Exciting stuff, chat. I hope you're excited, because I am. Anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. As always, like the stream. I'll be back tomorrow night for Destiny, because Destiny's new season starts tomorrow, and I'm gonna be playing that. So if you wanna watch me play the quote-unquote trash fire that is Bungie right now, I'll be doing it. I might also have some choice words for the community tomorrow, because I have a rant. I have a rant tomorrow, chat. I have a rant tomorrow that I am going to be throwing out because I'm a little pissed off, alright? I'm all pissed off with the Bungie community, or just the Destiny community, because I feel like I'm upset with it. So, you know. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow night. And until then, stay amazing, stay awesome. I love ya.